Alright, so I got another 3v3 map on this map, Timbermaw Hold. I think, what is it? Oh wait, I never talked about this map. So this is actually I've always liked. Even though, what is it? I kind of hate some of the creep camps. Like, I really don't like fighting, like, the lizards. Like, these guys right here. These guys are so annoying to fight for, like, any race, really. But I kind of like how the map is designed. I love, like, this whole idea of, like, 3 players spawning in together.
Ready to work.
And, just like the layout, the design of it. Oh, this was funny here. I was thinking about going breaker casters because I kind of felt like going breakers all of a sudden. But one of my teammates, this guy, he was like, "Nah, dude, that's whack." There it is. And I'm like, "Okay, so what do you want me to get?" And he's like, "Go knights," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm down with knights. Knights are actually my favorite unit, so I'll do it." But the thing is, like, you know, breakers are also great too. I feel like breakers are definitely more, what is it, the better build if you go against good players, because like good players, they're gonna always do like some sort of like aggressive push to prevent you from getting like all like the tier 3 type of units, and that's why it's very good to kind of like stay in tier 2, try to make a lot of those tier 2 units to prevent it, expand, and then get tier 3 for like the late game stuff. But what is it? These players, like, I wouldn't say like they're good. Like, they definitely know how to play the game. But I feel like if I was going against, like, you know, a high level player, like all these three guys, if they were high level players, I would pretty much have to go breakers.
Ready to work.
And what is it? I feel like yellow, he was definitely like the best player compared to orange. I mean, orange, man, like, I don't know, like, what is it? There were just some things that kind of felt off with this playing him. This is pretty standard creep route, at least for this map here. I usually like to go for like this camp with a teammate, but I noticed these guys are creeping. Here it is. This is what bothered me. I'm like, why are you like creeping this camp with yellow, man? You know, you should give him like the full experience so we can get
Ready for action.
Unholy Aura. And I noticed like he wasn't really using his units for creeping. He was just trying to go for like a greedy fast tech.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh yeah, I had the Wand of Illusion. I try to scout just to see where like the enemies are. This is such a good item on this map. So I was like, man, what do I creep here? Because, you know, we can't creep this stuff. We don't have the units. And I decided to creep this camp here. And you know, it's been a while since like I played 3v3, so this map was still a little, like, I'm not really familiar with like the creep camps and stuff, but I feel like I managed to do this camp pretty well with just 4 footmen and what is it, an archmage and water elementals. And I get a nice juicy level 3 here. That's like another thing that's very important in Warcraft 3. You really want to learn like creep routes to help you get to level 3, because that's pretty much the most important level for your first hero, really. And then, what is it? And then after that, I think that's really all you need, like, you know, because level 3 is where, like, you could, I mean, your hero is high level enough to, like, defend himself or herself from, like, attacks, or they have, like, the capabilities to do like, a good harass or an attack, something like that. Alright, so I noticed, like, my teammates, they were creeping here. I kind of didn't know what to do, because I'm like, man, you know, I'm pretty much good. You know, I got level 3. I can't really creep this. This is too risky. Definitely can't do that. So I'm just pretty much just chilling in my base, doing nothing. But yeah, level 3 is super important in Warcraft 3. Oh my god, like this guy, he is so behind creeping. Like that right there, like I could totally tell like you're not like, you know, an experienced player if you're that behind with creeping. Oh yeah, right here. This is where like I kind of like realized, man, something feels off with this guy. See, he was not building and not looking. He wasted his TP and he lost like a decent amount of his armor here. And I'm like, oh crap, dude. If they attack us, this could be bad news. And man, let me tell you something. Back in the Reign of Chaos days, before like Warcraft 3 had an expansion, I loved it maps like Fountain of Health. Because we didn't have like a freaking shop. And what is it, like units that got damaged, it was so annoying. It was like the most annoying thing ever. I'm trying to speed building my blacksmith because my castle's almost up. And I want knights ASAP. I have to say, man, like these guys were really passive. I've played like a decent amount of matches on this map lately, and it seems like a lot of players are pretty like aggressive. They just really want to like push at level 2 or something like that. But these guys, they just want to creep the entire map. And yeah, oh yeah, we managed to like get a nice creep jack here. But he had reinforcement, and I'm like, oh crap.
I await your command.
So knights are coming.
Our allies' hero has fallen.
Dang. We lost, what is it, Lich? We lost, my teammate lost his hero, which is never a good thing, but, you know, it happens. Pretty much just turtling in our base, waiting for them to attack. Wait, how oh, the sentry boards here. Those are pretty nice sentry boards. My teammate decided to give me some random wood, but that's fine. You know, I definitely need wood for like knights. So I'm like, hey dude, what the heck, man? Let's fight them here. There's this guy just hanging out at our fountain. I don't know what I went for my level 2 MK. I think I went bash and bolt here. This was kind of like a weird fight here. Necromancers, man, super like stylish army here. Just trying to kill this Mountain King. I mean, kill this Tauren Chieftain. And we got him. That was big.
Research complete.
Yep. I was like, let's attack. And that's definitely a good suggestion by Yellow. Always gotta check for expansions, especially in like, you know, RTS games. So I was like, what the heck, dude?
I come to cleanse this land.
And this guy had a sneaky expansion. I kind of realized it later on here. You'll see what I mean. And what is it? Like, speaking of necromancers, I remember back when I used to like play Warcraft 3. I think in like the early 2003, I mean not early, like around like 2003, 2004, I think I remember like a lot of undead players love the necromancer build, but it seems like nowadays most people prefer like, you know, expansion frostworms when it comes to 3v3 or 4v4. But still though, man, I really love like seeing like necromancers, you know, in action. It just looks so cool. I'm surprised they did not kill Orange Hero here. My knights were taking a beating here. You know, knights against freaking Taurens. Taurens are always going to beat knights. But the thing is, you know, as long as my teammates got like decent amount of units behind my knights, we'll be fine. And knights are cheaper, and I think they build faster too than Taurens.
I await your command.
I've always like loved it, the knights. The main reason why they're like my favorite units is because it's kind of like what is it? It's just like a classic RTS unit that I feel like RTS players like. Just kind of like, you know, in like the FPS world, you know, the shotgun and sniper rifles, like those are very like, you know, satisfying weapons to use for FPS players. Just kind of like how in RTS games, like like knights to me are like the most satisfying units to use. I enjoy using them the most. So right here, I'm like, god dang, man, this is like a pretty tough push here. Like, we're trying to push, but man, they're holding really well. And I had a feeling like they might have an expansion. This doesn't feel right. See, yellow's like, should we go back? And I'm like, yeah. And I noticed teal, he's trying to go griffins here. I really think I should have expanded way earlier, before we attacked. I think I should have expanded there. And this is where I kind of realized, like, hey, something feels off. I think, like, that's the thing with me, and, like, maybe when it comes to, like, 3v3s and 4v4s, I should try to, like, expand much faster. Like, right when I'm close to 50 food, I should literally just, you know, make a freaking second town hall on one of these gold mines. I eventually did expand here. So I'm just trying to check here, because I'm like, this feels weird. I think that was the only expansion they got. Yeah, it is pretty much the only expo they got. This guy had a couple wisps hiding. And here it is, I decided to expand.
I await your command.
I personally think like 3 peasants is like the minimum when it comes to like power building at Town Hall. But 4 or 5 is the recommendation, but sometimes I use 3 because I need the wood. Oh, I had another peasant. I think I built one or made one. So here it is, we decided to go for another attack. And this time I have way more knights. It's just so cool to like watch knights in action. Yellow got a really nice, like, fiend destroyer army here. Yeah, from here it was pretty much over. I knew like these guys weren't going to beat us here. I have an expansion, you know, just in case like things really go down south.
Job's done.
Pretty much just destroying her. It's literally over. You know, they're just feeding us experience for our heroes.
To cleanse this land. I await your command.
Yeah, that's another thing when I go for like a melee build. I always get ready for transitions, you know, see? Because the thing with melee builds is like they're easily counterable by air units, so I'm always gonna try to like, you know, transition myself into anti-air if I have to. Look at all
Our
that.
forces are under attack.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like I said, man, I really love seeing like the Necromancer build in action. It's just so cool. There's like so many of them. But that's the thing, man. It can be pretty frustrating to like play. Like it's just so many of them, you can't tell what's going on. That's pretty much it, see? Yellow managed to get his freaking frost worms, it's over. Oh wow, he was going for 2 bases. I mean 2 expansions. Yeah, it was literally over. And yeah, that was like, you know, a fun 3v3 match. It wasn't like too crazy, but I definitely enjoyed this match. Mainly because, you know, I got to use knights. Knights are always really fun to use. And if I could get it, and if I can like get an entertaining match with it, I pretty much want to make a replay. I mean, save a replay for it, just to watch it for my own sake of enjoyment.